Welcome to today's episode of the Carfax. I am Mama from Mama's Universe, and today we're going to talk Tarot 101. The very first card in a tarot deck is the Fool, typically. All decks are different. Your intuition is your greatest guide, so you need to tune into that before anything else. 2:34 when I look up at the clock. Another thing that we'll discuss in these videos is the literal times that I see, if and when I see angel numbers. I will definitely be putting in the video what they are, what they mean to me. They can play one of two roles. It can be a sign of confirmation. It could be a warning. Whatever it is that you feel is how you should take it. We're discussing my interpretations. Your intuition, your discernment are your best guides, so tune into that. Today, we are going to be talking about the very first card, typically in almost every tarot deck. It's the Fool, okay? We'll discuss the upright meaning first. First things first, when I see the Fool, when I tap into the Fool, first off, based off of what you see here, the very first thing you see, the sun, you see the 0, you see Shorty is got her bag, they got their flower, they got their trusty steed. They at the edge of the cliff, you feel me? Typically when you see the Fool, you could take it at face value and be like, bitch, are you dumb? But the way the tarot tends to work where I'm concerned personally is that you can take things for face value, but more often than not, there is a deeper meaning, okay? Where the Fool is concerned, first off, in numerology, because numerology plays a large role in the tarot as well. The 0 is the number of new beginnings. It's the number of the groundwork, the literal beginning. You feel what I'm saying? The sun is representation of newness. There's a new day every day with the sun rising. You feel me? The individual having a backpack, having a flower in their hand. Typically, when I see the bag, I think travel. The individual in the picture is depicted traveling anyway. Not to mention the fact that the individual also has a friend, the dog, right? What do we think when we hear the word dogs? We think pets, we think loyalty, we think trustworthiness. We sometimes could think 2:34 when I looked at the clock here. Sometimes we could think, bad experiences. But if we get to the root of things, which is what I love doing, in most cases when animals provide bad experiences to people, it's because they have been placed in situations where they no longer trust people. It's a lack of trustworthiness that they feel towards others, and they feel the need to protect themselves because of this. This is much like any and everything else in the world, okay? People normally have the best time identifying with things that other people have gone through. The same is true for people. When you don't trust your situations, when you don't trust your environment, when you don't trust people, you tend to behave in ways that are protective of yourself, even if they're not the best of ways to behave, okay? Now, moving forward, the Fool upright, in my opinion, speaks of calculated risk. It speaks of planning your work and working your plan. It speaks of faith and work. It speaks of newness and trusting that so long as you are doing your part, the universe will do her part, their part, whomever you serve. There you go. And that's the Fool upright, okay? While the Fool reversed holds similar meaning to movement and newness, it provides an opportunity for you to ask yourself, are you jumping without leaping? I mean, you leaping without looking? Are you being calculated? 411 when I looked up. Are you being calculated? Are you being smart about the way that you're behaving? Or are you just out here winging it in a way that is destructive to both you and the things you say you want to do? It puts you in a position to question and to watch how you're moving. It puts you in a position to look at the way things around you are moving. It puts you in a position to ask yourself too, are you making the moves that should be made for you to have the life that you want or the things that you want, etc. Depending on how it shows up in a reading will depend on the questions your intuition should begin asking you. At least that's how it works for me. When it comes down to the Fool in general, whether it's upright or reversed, in my experience, it shows up to ask you questions. That's most cards in the tarot. It shows up to ask you to think. I just heard it come through to ask you to shut up and listen. Be quiet and look. Because if you look at the individual in the picture, if you go back to the beginning and look at the individual in the picture, and I might plug a picture in at the end, the individual is very much so eyes to the sky. My chin is up. I'm in good spirits. And I'm just ready to go. Okay, I'm ready to go. And so we doing that. You feel me? It gives very much... I don't know what... That's what I'm hearing. I don't know what Spirit has in store. But I know whatever comes is happening for me and not to me. So how can I best put myself in a position to trust all that Spirit is allowing me to experience? You see what I'm saying? Or it will ask you, okay, how and in what ways are you not being trustworthy of Spirit and all that she has for you? How are you stagnating yourself and preventing yourself from moving forward? You see what I'm saying? In what ways can you better set yourself up, okay, to take more trusted leaps into the unknown of the universe? Sometimes you have to release control and give in to surrender. And that's typically what the Fool comes in to teach us, is to remind us of that childlike innocence that all children have, where until proven guilty, you innocent. You know what I'm saying? I trust you because I'm supposed to. You see what I'm saying? That childlike wonder that children carry, where they just open to new experiences. 7-Eleven, when I looked up, they're just open to new experiences. They're open to exploring new things. They want the best for themselves and those around them, and they trust that the universe and the people around them got them. You see what I'm saying? So that is all for today. That is Tarot 101, the very first card in the deck. Tomorrow we will discuss the Magician. So feel free to tap in. Either way, I hope that you continue to experience all that you meant to experience. I hope you're able to ask yourself the hard questions when it's necessary. I hope that when the time comes, you just get out here and do it. Above all else, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for coming to my little TED Talk. Okay, love you. Bye.